that left a smile on my face. Wow. Episode 7, guys. Has there been a more engaging episode? Like, let me just put this out there just to kind of like start, okay? That ending where kind of everything came together, we low-key got like a time skip, I guess you could say. Like that was like legitimately like that was pretty crazy. Like that's crazy. And it's crazy that the fact that the cafe owner kind of like put himself out there, you know, for our boy, you know, for our new 𝐒𝐻𝐽. Like I think that is pretty crazy in itself. But like, oh man, what an episode. Okay. If there was one thing that kind of I can definitely say was my only disappointment within the episode was the fact that our new 𝐒𝐻𝐽, right? Like our new guy, his main thing has been to get the girl, and the girl has been all about him this whole time. Now, obviously, he held his friend, you know, the other dude who was his competition was still his friend. He was looking out for him. He was, you know, helped him become the new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 and stuff. And obviously it was super duper traumatic, but at the same point, he kind of lost his way because his whole thing was, yes, to emulate and be something that he's always held in high regard. But at the same time, his main goal was to be this for this girl that he's heavily in love with. And now he has this girl, but he basically was standoffish and pushed her completely away because of this new vendetta that he had. And that was definitely one thing that was super frustrating about the episode, was just watching him push away the girl. Even so much so that she went to this concert, you know, that they were supposed to go and go together so he could go fight the old 𝐒𝐻𝐽. And that was the one thing that was frustrating, because like you had this now opportunity to get the girl. Like you could tell her like, here's how I feel, here's how I always felt. I understand it's not the right time, but hey, in case I go out and fight this new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 or old 𝐒𝐻𝐽 and I die, like I gotta let you know. He just didn't do that, and he basically let go of the girl to become the hero. Which, hey, you know what I mean? He has convinced himself that that's what he wants. Now, outside of that, that's my only gripe. The rest of the episode, Jesus Christ. So it basically shows all the corruption, which you could assume that there was 100 million% corruption. And 𝐿 or 𝐒𝐻𝐽, basically the hero investigator, he was talking to, you know, our new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 about like, you know, how did this happen? How those guys get out of the jail? How did they come here? We put them in jail, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, somebody had to be pulling some crazy strings. Well, little did we know that it's basically like the director. It's basically like if you ever watched the show New Boys, it's like that, to where like they're just kind of orchestrating stuff to happen for these heroes. So like the director of the heroes, the top dog of the heroes, the one that's basically controlling all the hero stuff, got them out and then gave them an ultimatum of like, hey, if you don't go and kill this, you know, attempt to kill this guy, like we're gonna kill your brother, kind of deal. He failed, but he actually ended up working out for him in the end, because he was able to build a new hero off of that and get more popularity, and a new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 and a new guy and a guy who shows his face, and he was able to just reap nothing but the benefits. And then it shows him killing the two guys who he basically, you know, used to corrupt anyways at the end, which is crazy. And what's even crazier is the guy that our new 𝐒𝐻𝐽, right? I keep calling 𝐒𝐻𝐽. I forget what his actual name is. Is it Ling Ling or something like that? Or that was it. That was nice, right? I don't remember what the new guy's name is. I bet what names is. But anyways, the new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 has ties to like the restaurant owner, and the restaurant owner put his business right. But the restaurant owner also, I guess, called in a favor and had ties to like the director. Maybe it was his brother or something like that. But they look very much alike. So I think that was crazy in itself too. And then the battle between new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 and old 𝐒𝐻𝐽 was crazy. Like the lightning work that happened and everything. And then it shows his girlfriend just at the concert, just like basically mourning, you know, this kid. It was just crazy. And it also showed, you know, the fight scene was awesome. I think top tier. Probably one of the best fight scenes we got in all year in 2025 so far was that new 𝐒𝐻𝐽 versus old 𝐒𝐻𝐽. Like that was a freaking amazing fight. But one thing I want to call out too is I love how the girl has always had eyes for him. You know, he's always had eyes for her, but at the same time, she's always been watching him. Like she even recalled a moment where he came to class, muddied, and how he saved a cat. They learned later on, and she found him really funny. So her eyes have always been on him too. It's like that door has always been open. He just never knew that he could just walk through it at any time, which I think is just which is just crazy. So To Be Hero X was awesome. I can't wait to see more of Lucky Scion. I think she's gonna, the singer lady girl. I can't wait. I think she's gonna come and be a recurring character at some point. I don't know how, but I have this feeling they've mentioned her now a few times, and then the girl went to her concert. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to see how they're gonna incorporate Nice back into the whole storyline as well too, or the commoner, I guess you could say now. But yeah, I mean, this episode was it was crazy and it was awesome and it was really good. And that ending was just absolutely crazy. And it's crazy that old 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 died, in that moment. I think that was nuts. And just the animation and remembering and the music and the tones and the Lucky Scion singing. I think they just really nailed this episode. I think this was the most 9 out of 10 episode I've ever seen. This, at least from this series, I think this was just a really 9 out of 10 episode. It was really, really good. And I think that the only notch on his belt that takes it down 1 basis point from a 10 is just the fact that the thing that we were presented, which was the guy wants the girl, is now possible. He pushed her away, which I just did not like. So outside of that, let me know your guys' thoughts on To Be Hero episode number 7. This was an awesome episode. New 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐸 taking over the mantle. All right, I'll see you guys next week for episode number 8, my friends. Peace.